Something absolutely shocking just happened in one of the most explosive moments in the 2026 baseball season. The Arizona Diamondbacks manager crossed a line so serious that he was ejected mid-game and officially banned from managing in Game 3. But that was not even the most shocking part of the night. Shohei Ohtani, the most composed and professional superstar in all of baseball, completely lost his cool, grabbed his bat, and launched it directly at the scoreboard in front of thousands of stunned fans. The stadium went completely silent. Nobody could believe what they were witnessing. And when Diamondbacks manager Lovro attempted to apologize afterward, Ohtani refused to say a single word to him. Tonight, we break down every detail of what happened, why it happened, and what it means for Game 3. The rivalry between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks has always carried extra intensity. Every series between these two teams feels bigger than a regular season matchup. The history, the competition, and the pride involved make every game feel like a battle. But what unfolded during Game 2 of their latest series went far beyond anything that this rivalry has produced before. It was not just a heated baseball game. It became one of the most talked about and controversial incidents that the baseball world has witnessed in a very long time. From the very first inning, the atmosphere inside the ballpark was electric and tense. The Dodgers were in strong form and Shohei Ohtani was doing what he always does, making life impossible for the opposing team. His presence at the plate alone was creating enormous pressure on the Diamondbacks pitching staff. Every at-bat felt like a moment that could change the game completely. And inside the Arizona dugout, the frustration was clearly growing with every single pitch. Diamondbacks manager Lovro had been visibly agitated from the early innings. His body language from the dugout told a clear story. This was a man who was struggling to control his emotions as his team struggled to contain the greatest player in the world. Coaches around him noticed it. Players on both sides noticed it. Even the umpires had their eyes on the Arizona bench long before the situation reached its breaking point. Nobody could have predicted just how badly things were about to explode. The moment that changed everything came during a crucial at-bat in the middle innings. Ohtani stepped up to the plate with runners on base and the Dodgers threatening to take full control of the game. The tension inside the stadium was at its absolute peak. Every fan in the building was on their feet. Every player on both rosters understood the importance of what was happening right in front of them. And that is exactly when Diamondbacks manager Lovro made the decision that ended his night permanently. From the dugout, Lovro began directing comments toward Ohtani that were completely unacceptable by any professional standard. Multiple sources confirmed that the remarks were personal, targeted, and crossed far beyond the normal boundaries of competitive baseball behavior. This was not ordinary trash talk between competitors. This was something far more serious, direct, and abusive behavior aimed at one of the most respected players in the sport. The home plate umpire reacted immediately. He turned toward the Arizona dugout and issued a firm warning. But Lovro did not stop. He stepped out of the dugout and continued his behavior in full view of everyone inside the stadium. The umpire had absolutely no choice. He pointed directly at Lovro and ejected him from the game without any hesitation. The crowd erupted instantly. Players from both benches began moving toward the field as the tension threatened to completely boil over. But the most shocking moment of the night was still coming. Everyone in baseball knows Shohei Ohtani for his extraordinary composure. He is the kind of player who never gets rattled, never lets opponents get inside his head, never gives anyone the satisfaction of seeing him react emotionally on the field. His calm and focused demeanor under pressure is one of the qualities that separates him from every other player in the game. It is part of what makes him genuinely one of a kind, which is exactly why what happened next left the entire baseball world completely speechless. As Lovro was being escorted off the field following his ejection, something shifted inside Ohtani. The comments that had been directed at him had clearly struck a nerve far deeper than anything he had experienced before on a baseball field. Witnesses inside the stadium described his expression as completely transformed, the usual calm and focused look replaced by something raw and unfiltered that nobody had ever seen from him before. In a moment captured by every camera in the stadium, Ohtani turned and threw his bat directly at the scoreboard with tremendous and explosive force. The sound echoed through the entire ballpark. Players froze where they stood. Coaches stopped moving. The umpires immediately rushed toward him. The crowd went completely silent for one breathless moment before erupting into an enormous wave of shock and disbelief. It was the kind of moment that defines a season, the kind of image that gets replayed thousands of times. And it happened because one manager decided that directing abusive behavior at the greatest player in the world was somehow acceptable. Major League Baseball did not waste any time responding to what had occurred. Within hours of the final out of Game 2, the league office released an official statement confirming that Diamondbacks manager Lovro had been formally banned from managing in Game 3 of the series. The decision was firm, clear, and widely supported across the entire baseball community. The league statement made it absolutely clear that the behavior directed toward Ohtani had no place in professional baseball at any level. Every player, regardless of their status or background, deserves to compete in an environment free from personal abuse and targeted disrespect. The ban, officials stated, reflected the genuine seriousness of what had taken place on the field during Game 2. Analysts and former managers who spoke to the media following the announcement were overwhelmingly supportive of the league's decision. Several described what Lovro had done as going far beyond anything that could be defended or excused under the banner of competitive passion. One respected baseball voice called it one of the most embarrassing displays of managerial conduct witnessed in recent seasons. The Diamondbacks organization released a short and carefully worded statement saying they would respect and cooperate fully with the league's decision. But reports from inside the Arizona clubhouse painted a picture of deep embarrassment and frustration, not just about the result of the game, but about the conduct of their own manager in such a high-profile and important moment. After the ejection and the official ban were confirmed, Lovro made an attempt to address the damage he had caused. According to sources familiar with the situation, Lovro reached out through official channels in an effort to personally apologize to Ohtani for his behavior during the game. Many viewed this attempt as the absolute bare minimum response required given the severity of what had happened. Ohtani did not accept it. Those close to Ohtani confirmed that he refused to speak with Lovro following the incident. He did not respond. He did not engage. He simply said nothing, and that silence spoke louder than any words possibly could. Ohtani's refusal to accept the apology sent a powerful and unmistakable message to Lovro, to the Diamondbacks organization, and to every person watching across the entire baseball world. There are lines that cannot simply be crossed and then erased with a quick apology. Nobody who observed the situation viewed Ohtani's response as petty or unprofessional. Quite the opposite. Players, coaches, and analysts across the league praised him for standing firm and refusing to simply brush past something that was genuinely serious. His quiet refusal demonstrated exactly the kind of self-respect and inner strength that has made him not just the most talented player in baseball, but one of the most deeply respected figures in the entire sport. With Lovro officially banned from the dugout, the Arizona Diamondbacks now face the enormous pressure of preparing for Game 3 without their manager present. The bench coach will be stepping into the most stressful possible situation, taking over managing responsibilities for a team that is emotionally shaken, publicly embarrassed, and facing a Dodgers roster that is now more motivated than ever. For the Dodgers and for Ohtani specifically, Game 3 has become about far more than just winning a series. Those who know Ohtani best understand that what happened in Game 2 will be sitting with him when he steps into the batter's box. He will not talk about it publicly. He will not make speeches or declarations, but everyone watching will feel it in every single at-bat. When Ohtani uses his emotions as fuel, the results are historically devastating for the teams standing across from him. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts was measured and careful in his comments to the media ahead of Game 3. He praised Ohtani's overall professionalism throughout the incident and acknowledged the seriousness of what had taken place. He made it clear that the Dodgers are locked in and fully focused on the game ahead, and that the team intends to deliver their response where it matters most, on the field. Arizona faces a challenge that goes beyond tactics and lineup decisions. The cloud created by this incident is hanging over their entire organization at the worst possible moment. How the Diamondbacks players respond to that pressure will reveal a great deal about the true character of their roster. Moments like this one become part of baseball history. They get woven into the larger story of a season, a rivalry, and a career. Shohei Ohtani has spent every year of his professional life conducting himself with a standard of dignity and professionalism that very few athletes in any sport have ever matched. He has handled extraordinary pressure, impossible expectations, and relentless public attention with a grace that has earned him respect far beyond the boundaries of baseball. What happened in Game 2 reminded the world that even Shohei Ohtani has a limit. That beneath the superhuman performances and the unshakable calm is a human being who feels disrespect, who experiences anger, and who will reach a breaking point when pushed far enough. The bat throw was not just an emotional outburst. It was a statement, a declaration that he will not stand silently while someone directs abusive behavior at him, that he demands to be treated with the respect that every single thing he has accomplished in this sport has more than earned him. Lovro learned that lesson in the most public and painful way possible. And Game 3 will now take place under the shadow of everything that happened, with Ohtani motivated, focused, and ready to let his performance deliver the final and most powerful response of all. What unfolded during Game 2 between the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers is already being called one of the most dramatic and unforgettable moments of the entire 2026 baseball season. The ejection, the ban, the bat throw, and the refused apology, each piece of this story is extraordinary on its own. Together they form an incident that will be talked about for a very long time. Game 3 is no longer just a baseball game. It is a statement, and Shohei Ohtani will be the one making it. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Ohtani was right to refuse Lovro's apology? And if you want to stay updated on all the biggest and most exciting stories from the baseball world, make sure you subscribe to our channel right now so you never miss a thing.